as we are tight in time, as you realized, no time in between for breaks, we just move on directly. And this session coming up now, I'm super thrilled about. It's super exciting because it's a real life experiment with an actual test hotel. It's like, yeah, they will tell you all about it themselves. And I'd say, let's leave it to them to explain to you what it's all about. Please, with a warm and loud applause, please welcome on stage Asli Kutlucan from Adina Hotels Europe and Markus from Like Magic. And the stage is yours. We're looking forward to your session.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. We're happy to be here, and I see the room's getting empty, but hopefully we will have more people here shortly. We're just going to talk to you about some of the crazy ideas we come up with a couple of years ago. We are a hotel company. We are originally from Australia, and we do have our own different brands. And in Germany and in Europe, you may know us as Adina Hotels. These are the 4-star extended stay hotels. On the back of the sort of all this happening in the world with a lot of new places trying to build new hotels was becoming more impossible. And we decided that what can we do with unused spaces of retail or maybe office buildings. So we wanted to create a very conscious hospitality brand that can actually really serve that next generation for their desire with compiled with technology, but also utilize the redundant spaces in all of these real estate pieces. Now, most hotel companies will go and bring some consultants and design a brand in the back office in their headquarters, and then they go into their basement and build a mock-up room. Now, that's what they do. And then when they find a place and they build the first one, and then that will be the first one up. Now, we being the Australian heritage, a little bit relaxed, a little bit crazy, we decided that we need to build a lab hotel. And that we need to do this, and we need to open this to the public, and let the public test and try, and we take the feedback, and then see how it goes. So we are the first hotel company in the world that actually launched their new brand as a lab hotel. So it's called The Moment, MMNT, and so we are living in the moment. And the most important part of the moment is not about the real estate piece. Okay, we can utilize any space you give to us. We have rooms with no windows. We have rooms that are 12 square meter, and we have rooms to 36 square meter. What was most important about the conscious hospitality we were trying to bring in is that we wanted to bring the technology partner that can allow us to release all of the back of house and front of house duties and let our assistants and our ambassadors at the hotel to actually really be the host rather than administrators doing the work. Can you please sign this paper? Can I please take your name and this and that? So with Moment, we are basically in Berlin, in Hakishima. It's about probably 30 minutes from here. We took out a retail space that was actually a hairdresser and a wedding dress shop and got it out. We brought in some different designers to design a small, medium, and large rooms of 2 of each. So in total, we have 6 rooms, and we basically decided to go on the social media and invite people to be our test guest. And on our first, once we open it, which the video you're going to see is from our lounge on our opening, we had, following that opening, we had 200 guests, which was out of 900 applications, depending on their basically demographics and their travel habits and etc. and the age and all that. And we did actually bring them in. They stayed, some stayed 1 night, some stayed 2 nights, some stayed single, some stayed with a family. And we collected all their data, all their input, all their feedback about not just up the product, because anyone can build a hotel, but not everyone can combine the technology that is ahead of us with the service without technology overriding the service, complementing each other, and then give a experience to our guests that are actually going to be suitable to their demands. So if you allow me, I'm just going to quickly play this video.
One more. One more.
Ah.
Can we have...
This is just the day before our test day when we invite all the hospitality peers, some famous hoteliers, and they actually gave us the feedback. Some reason the sound doesn't work. Anyone from the messe? No? Okay.
Working on it.
But as you can see, this whole thing is that we basically took a redundant real estate piece, a retail space, and we converted into this hotel with the communal areas. And one of the things that I am not going to do a greenwash here, but everything you see in there is recycled material. But we're not going to ever go out and say we are net zero, we are eco-friendly, we are this, we are that on the sustainability. Our ambition has been that the guest who arrives and lives through the building, they actually feel that is all recycled items, materials, and all very eco-conscious materials. So that's the side story that we're not going to shout, because I think there's enough greenwash at the moment. So as you can see, this is all about creating a space that all the rooms you are going to see, none of them have windows that are opening out. Is the design and the technology that we have utilized here that gives that sentiment to the guests that they actually in a very peaceful and homogeneous space, and that is what we are trying to achieve with the moment. And the technology journey is even much incredible, because by utilizing the like magic available software, we have basically created a guest journey from first interaction to their last interaction with us on their guest journey. Everything is on their mobile. But it's not one of those boring apps that you need to download and subscribe or anything. It sits on your web browsers in your mobile phone, which I'm not going to dwell too much because I don't want to take the storm out of you. But my colleague Markus is going to talk about it. So these are the room types you can see. And I'm quickly going to give you some of the outcomes from the testing. So we have asked we have about 956 people registered, and we, as I said, 200 came and tested with us. They had to carry out more than 1,000 tasks. And basically, majority of our people that stayed with us, this is, as you know, the lab is in Berlin, mostly German, then quite a variety of European countries. And the age demographics are mostly 30s, and then 20s, and some also 40 and above. And the best part of this assessment was that we have actually analyzed their travel habits and linked that to the type of room they stayed and the outcome of their feedback. So you can see all these pictures are taken while they were staying with us. So one of the tasks, for example, is that after they check in, we know via our technology system that they checked in and they already been into the room for 10 minutes. And comes up a question saying, take a picture of where did you unpack your suitcase and where did you unpack your toiletries? Because there is the most annoying thing for any guest coming into a hotel. Everything is nice. There's a nice bed, there's a nice sofa, there's a nice bathroom. No space to unpack your suitcase comfortably, or no place to... So we were trying to engage with our test guests that where do you use the space to unpack your toiletries or your suitcases? So we've taken all these feedbacks and we asked them to take pictures and send to this app that we used. And on the back of it is, after the testing, we actually stopped the lab for a couple of weeks to make the adjustments, and then we reopened to public. So currently, our lab rooms are actually being sold at Airbnb only for now. That's the testing, that's the beta period we are going through. And we are now shutting down again this week, actually, to assess the feedback from the original testers that we re-invited, to see how they feel after the adjustments we made. And then next week, we're going to reopen into the public. These are the questions we ask about the hotel at their checkout, what they feel about their stay. And the good thing is that we just stay again, and majority saying yes. That actually made my day, because after all those hundreds of thousands and almost millions we invested, that was the answer we were looking for. And we only get to that answer after building a sample 6-room beta hotel, rather than a whole deck of massive investment of 100 million and then figuring out, holy shit, this is not working. So on that note, within the technology pieces we have used is that another partner of us, apart from Like Magic, it was Hafele, very famous German brand that actually provides a lot of construction materials and technologies. So within our, for example, in this Moments brand, we are going to have as minimum as possible items in your rooms. We're not going to clutter your room with hair dryers or coffee machines or hair curlers or printers, but you're going to have the option boxes that are what we call the upgrade boxes or the extra boxes with your app, what you're using to check in, open your doors. You also have access to these upgrade boxes if you want to have a hair dryer for a day or for an hour, or a hair curler or a steamer or even a travel printer. You can, via your app that we have utilizing your hotel, you can go and pick your upgrade box, what item you want to rent, and you don't have to pay for it in your room price, right? So a room price includes a hair dryer, an iron board, a coffee machine. No, if you're not going to use that, I mean, I can see you're not going to ever use a hair dryer, so you don't need to pay for it in your room, right? So you can go and actually rent it. So, and then you have it for an hour or a week via your app, and everything is recorded in Like Magic. That is, at the end of your stay, you can see what you use and what you haven't used, and etc. So now the fun part is actually starting now. So here you go, Markus. Tell us about tech.
You already told everything, Asli.
Almost.
Stop here. Let's take and let's connect the physical with the digital. That's when magic happens. This is how we do it. With Like Magic in the middle, it connects the right side. It's the digital applications of our guests and also the employees. With the left side, which are all the other systems, multiple PMS, multiple access solutions, smart room solutions. By doing this, you get two strategic advantages, which are absolutely crucial when you digitize. You own your processes, because you know what is happening at each and every point in time with access, with messaging. Why? It runs through Like Magic. Strategic advantage number 2, you own your data. Not only the PMS data, smart room data, messaging data, and this is hugely powerful. Now, initially we developed Like Magic to run our mother company's own hotels. So we basically were an operator ourselves. And then we realized this thing is way too good to keep to ourselves, and we white labeled. So that's why when we started developing our solutions, we not only looked at guests. Simply looking at guests is not enough if you just really want to have a great experience, a seamless experience. And as he told or mentioned this already, you need to look at the employees as well. Because the employees, they need intuitive solutions to really help their guests at any point in time. And yes, you also need to take a look at the operator. So this is what we did, you know, we developed our solution, always taking into account the guests, the employees, and the operator. And these solutions are tightly integrated, connected to third-party solutions, and that's how we create value. Now let's take a quick look. Booking engine, completely white label. It's always the brand Moments that actually talks to the guest, like magic doesn't appear. It's completely integrated with the digital guest journey, multi-property, multi-brand capable. On top of that, operators get holistic guest profiles. We build them in an automatic way, which is actually crucial. And we do the 24/7 tech and process monitoring. Our guest journey, it's just a link. It's a web app. You don't download anything. It covers the full span from booking, pre-stay, stay, and post-stay. It includes all the services. It includes all the information guests need. This basically includes also digital check-in, returning guests with a profile. They check in with one click. They can even choose their preferred way of communication. Now here, and Asli mentioned this already, we have at moments, we have digital keys. Not only the room key, it's the entrance, it's even a locker. They are from heavily, we can cope with online keys, but we do offline keys as well, we do even do pins. Guests can also choose in the pre-stay phase, during the stay phase, they can actually buy service amenities. In moments, you have a self-serve bar, you can basically buy your drink, basically buy your beer or wine, you stand in front of the bar, the app connects with the bar, and then you pour your beer or your wine. If you want amenities, a cozy robe, or basically a toothbrush, you basically buy it with your stored means of payment. Basically, you get a slider like the keys. You take it outside of the box. The boxes are in the community space. And here we are. So basically, that's what we offer to guests. And obviously, guests can basically interact with the hosts at any given point in time using their preferred communication channel. So this is what we offer to the guests. And Asli, you've tested it yourself.
Absolutely.
You talked to guests a lot.
Yes.
What was the feedback?
Well, the guest loves it because basically they don't have to communicate with the team members to do the normal tasks. The guests are already communicating with the team members just to have information or just to have a social catch-up. So the employees are actually as real host, and the guests just basically able to choose whatever they want. They know where to go and get it. They can have self-services. People are more contained to be able to self-service and deal with the people when they need to deal with, they want to have a chat with. So the guest loves it, absolutely loves it.
Very good, but the digital guest journey is not enough to create a great experience, that seamless experience, and also the efficiency. You need to take a look at your employees. Employees need intuitive solutions that they can help the guests at any point in their journey. That's exactly what we did. We basically asked the employees 2 questions. What data do you need to see on a daily basis in one system? What tasks do you want to execute in one system? And this is it. Basically, the employee solution. First, I think this is stock standard, gives you the key information about the guest. This is the recurring guest, what services has the guest actually booked. But then it goes further. You can see where the guest is in the digital journey. And then I think one very important thing is that's where the whole 24/7 tech and process monitoring comes into place, because we sit in the middle, we're connected to all these systems. We know exactly if an access solution doesn't work. We know if basically a guest hasn't completed their profile, they've never been there. So that's why we actually play it back to the employees and basically allow them to be proactive sourcing. It doesn't stop there. We even go back to the provider. So for example, we will tell heavily, you have a problem with your logs. So I think that's crucial when you digitize, especially if you run highly automated concepts. And I think that really allows for great customer service. This comes also with tasks. So employees, right from here, with one click, they can resend the link to the guest journey, they can reassign a unit, and many more. So making it really efficient for employees to work with.
So if I may just say something, I'm in hospitality, I'm in hotel business for 32 years. I know my plastic surgeon is very good, so I'll give you the address for him. But one thing is I hated all my life, starting from reception and going all the way to CEO level, all these traditional reception desks, all my life I call them the rejection desk. You had to have this massive big thing so that you can accommodate the technology of that screen and that box and this and that. With like magic, we don't have any of those. We just have a welcoming lobby, our ambassadors. And it's thanks to that, the technology behind this, we eliminated the rejection desks, and we just basically catching up with today's technology to actually be the true host rather than administrators taking all this paperwork.
And it gets even better. You know, the guests, they can choose their preferred communication channel in the journey, being it WhatsApp, being it Signal, Facebook Messenger. So we ask the guests, how do you want to communicate with us? Then they also share the real data with you because they see the purpose of that, right? Now, for the employees, we bring it back together in one place. They have full transparency. What has the guest communicated? What have we communicated to the guest? What we'll now do in the next couple of weeks is we put AI on top of that. This is already good, you know, but with AI,
Absolutely.
basically Asli can then decide which questions or tasks should be done directly by the AI and which one should still be done by a human, right?
Absolutely. Look, again, one thing just recently hit me. We were in a recruitment period, and when I start seeing all these CVs that for mid-management at our hotels, and the youngest one was born in year 2000. Anyone that is from 70s and 60s will feel that, how am I going to be on the same wavelength with these guys? These guys are never even used pen and paper where we use pen and paper. So again, going back to the technology bit is that the kids that are going to be the future hotel managers, general managers, they're not going to look into actually having papers and signatures and this and that. They just want to do a bit more involved with the people. So with this piece of technology, we only have the Generation Z employees at the moment running the lab, and they're absolutely loving it. They're absolutely loving it because it's so not like an old school hotel, but it's more like their hosting place with the tech attached to it. So
You can basically operate that from anywhere. Either if you stay to have people on site, I think they can use that. Or if basically you decide to run it staffless, they can use this. I think the important bit is they know at each and every point in time what is happening to the guests. How do I need to help the guests? And this creates great opportunities to think about your operating model, right? There also could be models in between.
indeed. So look, we ran this whole lab with no stuffing, with limited stuffing, and with full stuffing. In all three versions, it works absolutely perfect. So for going forward, when you have employee shortages or you have downtimes that you don't really need to have someone, with this technology, we actually are able to run the hotel without any staff being present with the help of the technology. And we have not had a single complaint from any of the test guests or the real paying guests that we have. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing these insights with all of us. It's very inspiring. Thank you.